Welcome back, all you two-wheeled knuckleheads. I have no idea why you're watching these three SOBs. Actually, I respect the hell out of them. If you're the smartest guy in the room, you need to find a new room. So I have a digital room. I don't know about Cooksey. I think him and I, he might be taller than me, but I don't know. But anyway, we all know that the mad scientist is the smartest man here. So, but I can't argue with the analytics that Cooksey brings to the table. I might bring a little humor, but hands down, he's better at me. Better at better at talking and the whole analytics. So,
I was about to say I'm the third smartest guy in the room, but you totally took that from me by doing that, Johnny.
I was trying to go with somewhere, and then I just totally bogged.
I do think I'm the third
smartest
guy in this room, and that's cool.
out on that one. But I hope you guys, how the hell are you How the hell is everybody doing? Let's get this show rolling. We are doing biggest surprise, and we're doing it hammer style by minute going. Cooksey, since I kind of disrespected you and then ended up, getting butt slapped in the face here on myself, you're going to get the minute to go.
Alrighty, so my biggest surprise for this Supercross season, if Johnny will stop talking, is our clock running? Oh, there we go. Okay. So my biggest surprise for this Supercross series is a guy who was really under the radar. He raced about half the races Supercross. He came outdoors, and he was a victim of Barsha. Dylan Ferrandis. Dylan Ferrandis, let's not forget, this guy is just over a year removed from winning an outdoor national championship in dominant fashion. He can ride Supercross. He won Supercross under 250. There's no reason he shouldn't be a contender. He skipped off-season races to dial in that 23 bike. Dylan Ferrandis is on point. He is coming here, and I just believe that he means business. I mean, and he's good. And then in the 250s, I was going to say Tom Vial, but if you watched any of our other videos, Johnny picked him to win, so that won't even be a surprise. My surprise was I thought he was going to do okay and maybe get some podiums. Johnny thinks he's the best guy, period, which is absolutely ludicrous. Okay, that's my minute.
I agree with both you. Ferrandis, he even fast as fuck 250 guy in Supercross too. Who says he can't do it in 450s? So, Coach, here we go.
All right. Well, to me, when I look at the biggest surprise in the 450 class, I'm going to go with Mr. Colton Nichols. I think you look at very good starter. He's got I've used this term in a previous video that we did here tonight. His athletic maturity is quite high. I think he is looking at this opportunity, and to throw a little bit of a curveball in this, I think Colt is going to position himself. I think he's going to get replaced at Honda, not because of any fault of his own, just the way the musical chairs are going. But I think what this is going to do is this is given Colt a second life because of how many 450 openings are going to be next year. The people who need to be on their toes are going to be the up-and-coming 250 riders that just think that they're the next heir apparent. Colt is going to take a sideways step into another color at the end of the year, and he's going to be the guy that we're going to be talking about that's going to give him a hunt over the next 3 to 5 years. I think Colt is definitely a solid guy.
He might actually still have a spot at Honda because, Chase is leaving, so that's just Jet. So he's going to have Jet there. And if Hunter doesn't come out swinging and just really smash this 250 class, you really think Honda's and Colt does really well, get some podiums, you think Honda won't keep him?
No, I would think they would keep him. That's the big what if
deal right now for everybody that doesn't know.
That's the big what if, because he's only got a Supercross deal, so he doesn't get a chance to show himself outdoors. And that's where I'm thinking, okay, I think he'll do quite well. If you look at, the season and who's going to be top 5, I'm not saying that I think he's going to be the top 5 every weekend, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the mix at all. Very good starter, and he handles pressure very well. As you just alluded to, Chris, let's not forget, Colt was the number 1 250 champion, except for that just last season, first lap of opening A1.
As long as he can stay healthy.
Don't
mean to cut you off, Coach.
Nope, go for it, bud.
Biggest.
How rude, Johnny. Why would you cut him off?
This is the hammer style of the show. We got 5 minutes after this to rebuttal, everybody. My
hammer,
biggest surprise
butt
is
wax.
on the 450.
Jeez, Johnny.
Not that I'm listening to any of you guys. You guys, I got 45 seconds left. Let me speak.
Go.
Thank you. Is Christian Craig. He is a vet rider. He is strong on the bike. We've seen him time and time again with his fill-in 450 deals. To me, it's just a no-brainer. Even with as deep of a field there is, that Craig is going to surprise people with running up front. Is he going to be podium at the end of the race? I don't know. But is he going to be up front? Oh, hell yeah. And then 250s, I honestly think Chase Hymes is going to be a surprise, because if he can do the same with run up front at times, I think it's only up for him with Honda here. And I'm looking at you guys because you guys are not objective for where...
I'm not sure what you said. What did you say? Who?
Chance Hymes.
Chance Hymes. Okay, sorry.
Chance
you
Hymes.
Said like Chance Hims or something. I'm like, huh?
Chance Hymes.
He's just FYI, I believe he's futures.
Only is he?
Yeah, he's only futures for this year.
Is he really only doing futures?
Yeah.
You know what? Hey, I'll tell you what, Johnny. If he races the regular class, that would be a big surprise.
Okay.
How about that?
I don't know where I got my information, but this episode has definitely been a surprise that... Actually, it's probably not a surprise that Johnny is a dumb ass here,
no, Johnny,
right?
Now that you say that, Chris, didn't Hymus finish up in futures last year? I think actually he is going pro.
That's what I heard, because I know Daxton is racing futures and he's got the points, and Hayden Deegan has got the points, but he's racing Supercross futures too. I think Chance is actually racing, at least that's what I have heard, but I could look like a dumbass here, and I'm not going to edit this out in case I am wrong, because...
No, I think you're right. I think you're right.
I think it would be a surprise to see him actually do well. And honestly, it's kind of back on the last episode. It's a little disappointed that some of the other guys that have got points for Supercross futures are not racing the big up and coming, because to me, it means that, hey, yeah, okay, granted, it's a double-edged sword. Longevity, you want to make sure that these guys aren't susceptible to something that they're not ready for. And then also, they've got a big following, at least some of them do, that you don't want to see them come in and struggle. But that's...
Hey guys, I apologize. I didn't give you my 250 surprise, Johnny.
Let's do it. We got 3 minutes left.
So to me, my 250 surprise is Colin Park. If you look at him, he went over and did the European series. He showed that he could step up in high pressure situations. I thought that was great to see. This is, he's gone the arena cross route, which we all know can be pretty bar banging and pretty tight racing. But I think after what I saw last season with Colin Park and then seeing him go to Europe, he's showing he's growing up as a racer, being able to travel, be able to handle the grind. And I think that is, I don't think that is my 250 surprise, Colin Park, Phoenix Honda.
Another surprise would be if RJ could stay healthy and doesn't throw anything away. And then another AJE, Chris Blows. I thought he was retiring, but he's supposedly still racing too. But I guess after the year he's had, why would you retire when you've arguably had the best season you've had with World Supercross and even in Supercross in America?
Yeah, the one in Paris he did really well. So, so not to beat a dead horse here, getting to the SMX World SX deal, Colton Nichols. So he's got a Supercross only. When it comes to SMX, does that include that? Do you guys know? Because I would assume this deal was done before that was finalized.
Well, think about it. He had to pull out of World Supercross because of the Honda deal. Because he was contracted to be over there. So I don't know that it would swing back the other way.
The Super Motocross Championship, which is the dumbest name, the last three races.
Could he show up if he does really well here in
skips outdoors and then races?
He could qualify and then not have a ride for qualifying for the last playoffs deal, so he could be on another color. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know what we're going to do. I think that's really interesting, and I think it's something to pay attention to.
And again, I wonder if the rules are going to spread over.
Well, forget rules. Chris, we need to get in touch with Lucas and find out how would that contract be written nowadays, because let's think about it. A year ago, and I don't know, I haven't talked to Lucas about it, what were the contracts stating? I mean, we've heard so much about Kenny parted ways over the World Supercross, but what would the contracts look like? Because Colton Nichols just signed. How would that look in regards to Supercross only, World or the motocross, supercross world championship versus whatever the acronyms are anymore. But I don't know. You bring up a very good question. And it doesn't matter what we think. It's not even a matter of what the series permits. It's going to come down to contracts.
Yeah, and I just dropped a text a few minutes ago, and hopefully I'll have an answer before this is over, but it'll probably have to go on the next episode. So.
Yep.
Do you think maybe they named it SMX so that people could Google it wrong, and it's like, as opposed to WSX, they end up at SMX? I don't know.
If they did, that's a really stupid reason. Like, I don't know why they would.
I'm just trying to figure out why they did that. Because we all know that we're not being invited because it's
Supermoto. What do you think of? There was a series called Supermoto. It's half street, half dirt, and now you're going to call it Supermoto and just add cross. Like, how unoriginal could you possibly be?
Well, because they couldn't add world anymore because of FIM. But we're getting that in the next episode.
But they still call it the world. They call it the SMX World Championship.
That is all we have for the show. If you guys want more arguments and people looking like dumbasses, well, be sure to stick around on my channel and Cooksy's channel because we're doing this for a few more. This is Johnny F. and Hopper, Chris Cooksey, and the mad scientist, Coach Rob Beams. We appreciate you guys being here. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Till next time, keep it WFO. Well,